Hello, everybody. Oh, I should probably put a label on your thing so people know who you are when they come in. How is everybody doing
Grisch
today?
point zero.
All right.
Put Grisch point zero.
Okay.
Profile. Do you want me to take this share screen thing off?
Nope. You can leave that up because I don't have it on I don't have it on the thing.
I
I've
can't
got
see
two
the chat
separate.
either.
Yeah, I don't know how to put the chat into I mean if you go on, YouTube and just mute the our video. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting a
Give me a
little bit of an
second.
echo, but it's done it a couple times, then it's righted itself. All right, so Robin Tuck is in here, and Steven, and One Man's Trash. Wendi is One Man's Trash. Wendi is Many Man's Trash.
I can't see you on here. You're not showing up. Oh, now you are. I think. Nope, you're not.
What, like on YouTube or?
On YouTube, I see you, but not on the other.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
on the
because
other.
yeah, it's not letting me it's not letting me share my camera to that side of it because I'm already using it in OBS. All right.
Oh,
How
okay.
is everybody today, guys? This is Grish. If you don't know, I put his channel in the description box. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Grish. I'm a beast at making videos. That's it. I talk shit, and my theories land. That's all I gotta say.
Seriously do. I know. If you haven't checked out, are you guys getting an echo on your end? I don't know if it's coming through as an echo or it's just me. Yeah.
Is mine echoing?
Yeah, you're echoing. I think I think you're coming through on two different audio sources.
All right.
Because I think the headphones are picking you up, your headphones, and I think your
All right, give me a second. Give me a second.
But when I started to try to mess with that earlier, it just
Okay. I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing.
because that was my problem too when I was echoing once.
Hold up a second.
Hi, Mr. C and Amy and Rebecca and Jackie O, Lolly, John Smith, True Crime Wifey is in here.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're still echoing a little bit. Let me see.
So?
Yeah. Let's see, because it's got you. It's from my end. What I can see is that it has you on the MacBook Pro. So I think your headphones are also picking up your audio from the microphone and the headphones too.
How about now?
Still a little bit. See, now when I tried to mess with you before, it let me see. Go ahead and talk.
Does it work now?
You're still a little bit echoey.
I don't know why it would do that now. That's weird.
All right, I think I got it. I was able to changed the mic delay on my side. So I think you're good.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and talk again. Yep. All right, good. You're good. All right. Yay. All right. Sorry, guys. We came on last night so I could try to get everything set up. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that. Lisa says, Grish, do you realize that hundreds of women here that want to see you and hear you?
Oh. That's flattering. That's really flattering.
All right. How is that now for his audio? They said you were a little bit high.
Am I still echoing?
That's a little bit. It was fine there for a minute and then it came back. Matt wants to know if you got the Georgia wig yet.
The what?
The Georgia wig.
What's that?
Matt, he doesn't know what you're talking about. You're echoing again. Yeah, you went fine for a minute and then it came back.
All right. Let me.
Is there any way that you can, on your end, either turn off your Mac Pro mic or your headphone mic?
Let me try that.
Because I think that's what.
I think it'll let me go through like my iPhone, but. Alright,
Yeah, I have the option to do your iPhone, your MacBook Pro, or the Beats headphones are the three options that I have on my end.
Alright, I just changed it to my iPhone. I think I did. Can you hear me now?
Yep, perfect.
Is it echoing still?
Well, it wasn't for a second.
Let me try that again. I think I'm just gonna turn off my screensaver on my phone.
All right, you're good now. That sounded good.
Oh, I think I know what may be happening.
Sorry, guys. It's my first time having a guest on, so I appreciate. Thank you, Research Reveals, for becoming a member. Yeah, sorry. We're trying to. We got on last night together to see if we could get all the issues fixed. All right. Oh, Michelle says, Matt, that was True Crime Metrics. It was looking for a Georgia wig, not Grish. And True Crime Wifey says hello. And Vince Black says hey. And Jessica says you're fine. Thank you, baby doll. Thank you. I'm glad you like the merch. Okay. So we are going to do, we're going to show you a short, and this is where we're going to, LML wants to know what you use to edit your videos, what software you use.
I use a lot of different things. To put everything together, I use CapCut. But believe it or not, like I'd say like 70% of my editing is done on the iPhone 10. Deadass.
Yeah, I know. I edit on my iPhone and my iPad too, and people are like, "How?" I'm like, "I have to be mobile. I have to be able to edit from wherever because it takes me so long."
Yeah, like when it comes to like recording and stuff, I'll do that on my MacBook on CapCut. But like I break everything into small pieces and I'll use one app and then edit a section, then put it onto a different app. Like when you see like the morphing and stuff like that, I use like two different apps for that. Um, I use apps that aren't even really for used for video editing, but they make an effect that you know that you that's pretty unique. So I'll use like something that's not even meant for video editing, really.
For what app was that?
Like I use a bunch of different apps. Like I have Fused, Visco, Filca, Bezart, Sharp, Prequel, Slow Pro, Retrospecs, Video Leap, um, Skyflow, Vector Q. I use Simple Mind for the mind maps. Halftone. I have like 10 apps or so that I'll use on one video. So it's not like, but when it comes to just like putting everything together to upload to YouTube, I use CapCut.
Yeah, that's what I use for my main editing software, and for like my pictures and stuff, I use PixArt.
Yeah, I can tell by the
stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was using so when you're looking straight at the camera, like when you're talking straight on, we don't have the echo, and it's only coming when you're turning your head side to side for some reason. So don't move. That's what I noticed. And my audio's low compared to yours. We'll get this going. This will be right at the end of the day. Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to fix it on my end. I think it might be that it's like wanting to come from, I think, both his headphones and the MacBook at the same time.
Okay.
But hopefully it just fixes itself. That's what I hope with most problems.
Yeah.
All right. So
we're talking about that short now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you can't see me on your side, so you might want to just watch this on like
YouTube.
mute.
I have it up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. All right. I mean, you know what this is anyway, but.
Do you recognize States 30?
Whoops. Come on.
5?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This was a visit. I went to the beach with Catherine and a friend of hers for about an hour.
Catherine Magdanoa?
Yes.
All right. And when was this photograph taken?
It was Father's Day weekend of June 2014.
So just about a month before the murder?
Yes.
And was this the first time you'd ever met Catherine Magdanoa?
It was the second time.
Which one is Catherine Magdanoa?
She's on the left with the white top.
Okay, and that's you in the center there?
That's me in the middle.
And this photograph, was it taken near your parents' residence in South Beach?
Mm-hmm. Very close.
Katie Magdanoa, Catherine Magdanoa, I guess people call her Katie. There was a picture of you with her at the beach, and there was another young lady there. You recall that?
I recall the picture, yes.
And that was Father's Day weekend, I guess, of 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think your testimony was that really you only knew her with Charlie, is that right?
That's right.
Was Charlie at the beach?
No.
Was Charlie at the beach?
No.
So why would you and Katie be hanging out at the beach by yourselves? Okay, so this is, I feel like, a pretty hot topic that's been highly contested with the whole beach thing, and was Charlie there, and you go into this and I don't think I think I watched that video before Wendi testified to this. And honestly, I didn't even catch it the first time around. But go ahead, and I want to hear your whole beach connection.
As far as like who took the picture and if Charlie was there or not.
Yes. And what that all means.
I don't think Charlie was there the whole time. I didn't think Charlie was there at all until I saw on Judy's channel. She interviewed Indra, and she said that Charlie took the picture. Now, I'm more inclined to believe Indra than Wendi. So
you've got a big. Okay, let's try this. Is there a setting on your MacBook where you can mute the MacBook mic? I'm looking at it.
Let me see.
Like in settings. Okay, so if you go to Apple menu. Okay, if you go to Apple menu, system settings, sound input, and then drag the input volume slider all the way to the left. Because I think that's what's happening. I think it's just being picked up by, because the first time I went live, I had an echo too, and it was because it was picking up through my camera and then through my microphone also.
Drag it all the way to the
left, like all the way down.
No, it's not doing that. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Okay, now you're gone. Okay, turn that back up, because that's...
Is this okay?
Yes. All right,
is there an echo?
Nope, you're perfect now.
All right, good.
Yay, we figured it out. So yeah, I don't know. You're probably not able to hear that, but Fulford comes back in, and she's doing her cross of Wendi, and she says, you know, when you went to the beach that day, she says, was Charlie there? And Wendi says no.
Now, when Indra said that Charlie was there and Charlie took the picture, that still makes sense. From what I thought. I thought that. All right. You want me to try to go through my iPhone? You want me to try to do that?
Yeah, the only thing is that it won't let me mute like certain microphones on my end for you. Okay, but I've got it on your Beats now.
No, is that what you want it to be on?
Well, because when you turn down your mic on your MacBook, it completely muted you. So I think that's what was picking it up before. But now I've got you as the audio source on through your Beats. So try to turn it down on your MacBook again. Sorry guys, I'm brand new.
I can put it through on my Beats though. Like it's right here.
Yeah. Try to do it on that and then turn it down on the I appreciate everybody being patient and staying with us.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
I didn't think he took the picture, but from the way it looked, the picture was the angle of the photo was so level. It seemed like they leaned it up against something and used the front facing camera to take the picture on a timer. And like I don't know why Wendi would say, like, if you're saying that Charlie was there and Wendy's saying that he wasn't there, I'm wondering why she would say that.
Yeah, maybe he was there for a minute or something. I don't know. I thought it was interesting in your video that you were able to like isolate the debit card and pull that up and see that that started with a W.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all right,
Yeah.
you're
What were you
lagging again.
saying?
Do you have your
Yeah.
do you
What were
have
you
your
saying?
MacBook Pro mic the volume turned off on that now?
No, it just either goes from one thing to another, and then I can choose where the sound input. So like right now it's on the beats. It's not on anything else.
Yeah, because we're still getting an echo. Yeah, my audio is coming just through my headphones. Are you able to select the beats and
How's this
also
sound?
turn down the MacBook Pro mic?
Yeah, this is on my iPhone now. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean whatever audio source. I think it's just picking you up on multiple sources. So if you're on your microphone, let me see if I can refresh this on my end. All right, try to talk.
Okay, is it working now?
No, try to talk again.
Oh, it's showing MacBook Pro on the Video Ninja, but then on my computer it's saying iPhone. So let me just let me change that up.
Yeah, I think you just need to mute whatever mics that you're not using. And then, thank you, Victoria girl.
Is that working now?
Oh yeah, much better. Yep.
Okay, so it's going through my iPhone, but it's not. And I changed it through the Video Ninja thing because it was showing the MacBook microphone. Okay,
perfect now.
Hopefully that stays this way.
Guys, we figured it
Okay,
out. We
good.
got it. Victoria just gave us a super chat of $13.99. Thank you so much, Victoria girl.
Thank you, Victoria.
All right. Yeah, because he's listening
I don't
to
know.
the beats. It's good now. We're good now.
Okay, good. I think the whole purpose of that photo, not the photo, but I think the whole reason for Katie and Yinja being there, well, Katie being there, is I believe that she was, taking money this whole time, from whoever, Charlie, Wendi, both of them, who knows, but she was depositing a lot of money, and I think that they gave her more money in the presence of Sigfredo, and where him and Luis were there to prove that Katie is taking this money and not giving it to you. And I think that to make Katie think that they were still going along with that program, because by June 15th, Sigfredo and Luis already went up to Tallahassee 2 weeks prior. So I think it was to act like they were confronting Katie about taking the money, but not. But once Yindra's there, and I think Katie brought Yindra there so they couldn't confront her because Yindra's an outside party. She can't. Yep. So that's why I think that Yindra was even brought there.
Yeah, Aristotle says Yindra always said that Charlie took the pic that she changed in the lobby, and the other three stayed longer than Yindra did. Why did Wendi lie? Because Wendi always lies.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what Wendy's logic is with that. But saying that Charlie wasn't there when he was in the vicinity, he was at that building that was right there.
Right, you just started echoing again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Let me go back to the chat thing.
It was perfect there for a minute. Because I have you on my end using the iPhone mic.
I don't know.
You're fine
I
now.
don't know.
It's like fine for a minute and then it's going.
Maybe I'll just go through the beats the whole time. I'll just go through the beats the whole time. For both. And then, all right, let me just try that. All right, let me just try that. I'm going through beats on this, and then beats on this, and then. All right, how's that sound?
I'm still getting a.
Is that any better?
No, I'm still getting this echo. Do you have the other ones? I know you have the beats selected. Do you have?
Is that any better now?
No. Do you have the MacBook one turned down? Like the mic input? Hi, Tattletales. Hi, the boss lady and Mar R and Excellence. Need some Z's. Baby doll. Carly P. Yeah, I think it's just the multiple inputs are being the issue. Hi, Torrentina. And Songbits Laura. All right. Iron Chef and Sherry, Chauncey and Francesca.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Hello?
Did you say hello twice? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can.
All right, you're still on Mac. Oh, I swear to God. Do you want to go out and come back in? Because literally, you and I were on live, or we were like on this for half an hour before this, and there was no audio issue. All right. All right. Okay, we'll just bring him back in. Sorry, guys. I appreciate you bearing with us. All right. He's just using the beats so he can hear me. Yeah, I think it's yeah, the headphones have a mic. Okay, he's back.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Is it echoing?
Nope.
Good.
All right, let me put you back in. Hello. Hooray. All right, perfect. Whatever. If it doesn't work, shut it down and restart it. Okay. All right, so go ahead.
All right. I can't tell you what the logic is with Wendi on doing that. But I think that she was that Katie was taking money, and they were kind of going to confront her about it, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe act like everything's, perfectly fine, and just not let her know that Sigfredo is directly connecting with Wendi on this, or when he's connecting with Sigfredo on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I definitely think that that's the case. The more I've like really started to think about this, the more. Oh, thank you, Persis. You love the shades of blue and purple in my hair. Okay, so I highlight my own hair, and I don't like to use toner because I've never found a toner that I like well enough. So I usually just get like purple Manic Panic and mix it into conditioner, and it did the front a little too much, but whatever, it's fine. All right, and the sound is good. The sound is good.
Okay, good.
Yep, perfect. All right, so yeah, I think in True Crime Wifey, did you watch the video that she did the other day with she's posted a couple videos within the past few days. She went over to the apartment side of things because she watched the owl video. And then she's in Tally, so she went to the apartment side of what's now the fence, but like that cut through area, and took a video from that side looking out. True Crime Wifey, do you mind if we show that in here? Because the report from that woman that was in the apartment said that she saw Luis and Sigfredo park over there, like where you said, what's 2055? What street is it? Thomasville.
Yeah.
And then they came back through like wet and holding something black. So do we think that was a money drop off?
Does she think that?
No, I'm wondering if you think that when they went behind Dan's house, when they did that cut through from the apartment, because Sigfredo and Luis were parked in that apartment complex behind Dan's house. Somebody saw them
I
cut
think,
through.
I don't know. I think that since the lady that saw them there said that they were like both wet, like up to their waist, I think that it could have been one like them holding a shoe, because that's like the worst feeling in the world is to have a wet shoe.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So I thought about that recently, but before I used to think like me that was probably a dead drop. It could have been a dead drop, but being that Wendi made those Freudian slips saying Monroe, like 5 times during her interview with Isom, that she probably went there and linked up with Sigfredo. And I know that Luis said like they were never separate, but if he could easily just walk outside for a quick second while she's up there. And and also with that one picture that we were going over, being that she was on like it's a large street, and she's on the south side of that street. Both places that they stayed at were on the south side of a street. So like she could have gone up to their little motel or whatever, and Sigfredo could have just gone outside for a quick second. Yeah, Roadway or that other place. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, well, they stayed at the Budget Inn, and then they stayed at the Budget Inn both times. They stayed there in June, and then they stayed there in July. And they stayed there in July just that first night, and then they switched motels, and then they stayed at the Roadway Inn. So at the second trip, they were at both hotels.
Yeah, and they both have a checkout at 11 o'clock. And that photo that we were talking about was taken no later than noon, and probably no earlier than 10:45. The only reason that I can't really pinpoint it in a shorter time, in a smaller time frame, is because the picture's kind of blurry.
Yeah, I think that 100% too. I did a little bit of research on how to read shadows.
Oh, to tell the time?
Yes. I know. I'm like, I don't even know which way I'm facing half the time. North, south, east, west.
Yo, when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid, like some of my friends would be like, "What time is it now?" And and I would just look at the ground and be like, "All right, it's like 2:30, you know." But
that's crazy to me.
it's crazy. But like, I didn't know that was like people couldn't really do that until like I was probably like in middle school or something.
Well, when you can do something,
So
you don't realize that it's like a special skill set until you realize, that,
right,
oh,
right,
I'm the only one.
like that, and like saying the alphabet backwards. Like I didn't know like that was. I didn't think that was really a thing, like special in any way. Because my logic is like if you can count from 26 to 0, you should be able to say the alphabet from Z to A because you use letters more than numbers. That's my logic with that. But like, it's definitely something that most people can't do.
That's so crazy. So I don't know if True Crime Wifey got back, but True Crime Wifey, if you're still in here, would you mind if we showed that video that shows the apartment and the little cut through there? Because I feel like, and Madeline, I posted a link to those eyelashes in the description of this video. So Sin City Bell says, since I heard this theory, I registered to Wendy's interview right around the time she starts explaining the streets, and she says Centerville and around, and then she stops herself from talking. Yeah, well, she says Monroe a few times.
And Ice was like, Monroe?
She's like, oh, Monroe, Mosaic. No.
It's the shortcut.
It's a shortcut.
Isom's like, I've been a cop for 58 years. It's not a shortcut.
No, he's not an idiot. I feel like a lot of people. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. When I first heard Isom say that, I'm like, oh, there's something special about Monroe. With her to say that, like Monroe and Mosaic sound similar, but the one's a street, one's a restaurant, and she said it more than twice. So like it's ingrained in her memory for a reason.
Yep. Freudian slips are a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. I think a lot of people think that, just because he wasn't like slamming her up against the wall, that he was like somehow tricked by her. It's like, no, he does several digs on Wendy. My favorite one is when she says, I don't know who did this. And he's like, well, that's why we wanted to talk to you. And that's why we're here. Like, yeah, you, the suspect, you, the one who probably knows, you, the one who did this. No,
I think Isom with the victim advocate and letting Jane in there, like what is going on? Like, but inevitably it got Wendy to talk, and I maybe that's it. Maybe that was a tactic that was like, all right, we want this lawyer to really think she's not a suspect, so we're just gonna let her bring her homegirl up in here and just.
Mm-hmm. I think
maybe that was it.
Well,
I really thought he was getting played.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, at first she was going to have Jane pick up the kids. That was initially what Jane was being brought over there for. And then she realized that, oh, Jane doesn't really know my kids. Maybe I should have somebody else pick them up. It's like, why did that take you this long to realize that? But that's why Jane was initially brought over. She's like, oh, can I see her? Blah, blah, blah. And then she just ended up staying there and petting Wendy like the whole time. But Jane really does some shit too to frickin' Wendy. Have you heard the part where Jane is fucking savage? I didn't realize how savage Jane was because I was like pretty much, it was just like how I didn't hear Jackie Fulford ask Wendy this question because I just blocked her out from annoyance. But frickin' it happened the same thing with Jane. I was like, oh, like she's all over Wendi, but they're having this kind of like low. Yes, thank you, John Smith. Thank you, True Crime Wifey. She says we can play that video. I'm actually getting it queued up on my other monitor. But Jane's like, shouldn't somebody be with him at the hospital? And Wendy's like, yes, he's there by himself. And Jane's like, shouldn't someone who loves him be with him? Yeah. And she goes, yeah, should I go? And Jane goes, oh, no, not you. Like, no, bitch, not. I said somebody who loves him, not somebody who hates him more than has the most contentious relationship with him that anybody has. So funny.
I wonder if they were depoted.
I wonder too. Well, did you hear Wendi this time? They asked who Jane was, and she's like, she was a friend of mine.
That was this trial?
Yes. She's like, Jane used to be a friend of mine. So.
Oh, Jane probably realized, like, oh, this. I mean, I don't think Wendi really has any like solid friends like that still.
No. What? Who would be her friend still? Well, that Morgan Honeycutt, the one who looks like a linebacker with a perm. The one that's like her bodyguard.
Yeah, she was during Charlie's trial, she definitely took like she took some Addies or something, because her jaw was like I'm talking about the bulldog linebacker, like during Charlie's trial, her jaw was like she was looking wild. So
that's suspicious.
Okay,
I mean, go ahead.
I don't know. She definitely looked like, and it was another woman that was in the background of Charlie's trial behind them, and she looked like she might have been one of Wendy's friends. Like, she looked confused in the background when Wendi was testifying. I don't know who it was though. And her jaw was doing some gymnastics too.
Were they fucking rolling? Were they on fucking ecstasy in the fucking courtroom?
Yeah, they. I'm not gonna go as far as to say that. They were definitely on some type of amphetamine. I'm not gonna go as far as saying they were rolling. I could have only imagined if they're rolling in the courtroom. Just like,
please massage me. Somebody need my emotional support pet. Oh my God.
Just give me a couple points before I go up on the stand and just
freaking crazy. Like, do you remember when what Amber Heard was up on the stand and she like snorts something out of a freaking tissue?
Oh,
it's like, are you really on the stand for that long that you can't wait to go to the bathroom?
She was looking around like,
that's freaking crazy. Yeah.
You doing bumps on the stand, Amber?
Some guy did a video and he was like standing next to his TV and he acted like he handed it to her. He like went up next to his TV and he looks from side to side and he like hands it to her and she's like, and then he takes the tissue back and like puts it in his pocket. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, Amber's not slick. She's really not slick. It was so egregious what she did that it was like, I can understand why none of the bailiffs like approached her about it. It's like, well,
yeah, what are we gonna do? Blow your nose, get that out, unsniff.
She probably got some good stuff over in Hollywood. She probably has that connect. That's just like,
yeah, probably. So Lexi's asking, didn't Wendi meet with Jane earlier? Yeah, she met with Jane the night before, which is likely why Jane was the one to mention Jeff. She had a long walk with her the night before Dan was killed. Wendy and Jane.
Yeah.
Just so happens.
I really hope Jane was depoed. Because, like, there's so much information that's to be, in my opinion, from Jane. Because being that she's not her friend anymore, there's got to be something.
Yeah, something happened. Well, Sarah Youssef said in her deposition that the reason why she stopped being friends with Wendy was all this shit that she was doing with these other guys. Because she's like, Wendy basically said, was telling everybody like, oh, you're the only one. And, then fucking around with everybody. Sorry, my cat likes to sleep behind the computer. And I'm wearing pajama pants. Don't call me out.
Wendy is... I don't know if the dudes that she's like going after really just don't have... I don't know, like, you can detect a hoe. I can. Like, Honus kind of has an aura.
The hoe aura. The horror.
There's a hoe aura. And Wendy, I can't say that like just by watching her on the stand. I mean, clearly she lies and whatnot, but in person, like, I could totally see like her having a whole aura, and I'm wondering if these dudes are just like
that desperate.
Either desperate or she's that good at just like playing dudes like that. Because I mean, I have another theory. I think in public, she goes after a certain type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
But
one that's easy to manipulate.
Right. But she strikes me as the type that deals with dudes in the street. Like black dudes, Latinos, Sigfredos, that type. You know what I mean?
She does like Latinos. Like there was Miguel and like, a few other guys. Well, Jeff said she was coming back from these conferences with handprints on her ass.
Yo.
Like, dude, Jeff, like how much more of a fucking sign? Did she need to come back with a dick inside of her for you to be like, she might be cheating on me? Maybe.
Like, if you're getting cheated on, bro, and she's on OkCupid, like, I've never heard of anyone in real life that did anything on OkCupid. If you went on OkCupid, I'm sorry. But anybody that I know that does online dating, they're not doing it for the long term. They're doing it for a quick one shot, one kill, we out. That's like, what I did, that's all it was. But like, it wasn't, you're not looking for anything substantial. It almost makes me think that she's looking for, like, she's doing that just to make Jeff think that she's on there.
Yeah, to like make him jealous, make him like, I'm such a catch. Like, you better mind yourself, or like, I've got all these other guys on the side.
Yo, yeah.
Thank you,
so,
Sherry.
like,
Sherry just gave us a $20 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherry. I think like she just reminds me of someone that really that goes after street dudes. Dudes that have like,
the bad
an
boys.
edge to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like those type of women is so obvious. It's like, I've met like plenty of Wendy types. It's really like easy to pick her apart when she starts talking. She's I don't know.
Well, for her poorness to be so high that literally Sarah Youssef stopped being friends with her because of that, like, how much of a hoe do you have to be that it affects your friends?
you gotta be a serious hoe. Like,
A hoe
if
for
you're
show.
like, there's some a hoe for show. Yo, like, she's a
Is
and
it
plus,
still
like,
echoing on your sides? Because I'm okay. They said you're still echoing. I don't hear it on my end. Can anybody else hear?
I don't hear it either.
Yeah, YB says there's an echo. Chelsea says there's an echo. Are you guys? Can anybody else tell me if you hear an echo? Because I could hear it before, but I can't hear it now. And the chat's like we're a few seconds on lag. So.
Oh no!
Wait, you sound fine to me, but we'll see what the
Yeah.
chat says. I'll read this message real quick. It says Wendelar is a trash bag on the curb awaiting pickup. Eventually, garbage men pick it up. It's like what Georgia says. Like, her trash may smell bad for her, but the garbage men don't think it's stinky. That's like Wendy.
Right.
We know she smells, but the garbage men are used to it.
Yo, all right, let me tell you something. So one of my friends, right? He's a we in our friend group, and he himself, he calls himself the garbage man. Like, he likes to, like, go after girls that his friends have dealt with before, just so they don't expect a relationship out of him. And he's like, are you done? All right,
just to get
it's
it
my
for
turn.
That. Get it for the hit it.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't expect anything, substantial. It's like, but he won't say, like, he used to talk to one of my friends like a few months ago. He would just, when they would kind of like him, he'd be like, did you talk to such and such? That's one of my friends, right? And then he would do stuff. He still does that. But, like, yeah, we call him the garbage man.
That's hilarious. Picking up what everybody puts down on the curb.
Not everybody, because I got some friends with their standards are just like, oh, but not all garbage is getting picked up by him.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he has standards, but he just does that.
All right, they're saying that they still hear an echo on your end.
Oh my.
What source are you using? Are you using your iPhone or the Beats or the MacBook?
All right.
Because I want to make sure it's the same on my end also.
It's the input is the iPhone. Okay. And the output is
all right. To my I just reset. I refreshed it on my end. We'll wait a couple seconds from the chat to see if
okay.
Is that better, guys? They and most of the chat's like, I don't even care if there's an echo. This is fun anyway.
I appreciate that.
I refreshed your thing on my end, so hopefully. All right. Let me know if that fixed it on your guys' end. Let me go ahead while the chat catches up to our side. I'm going to go ahead. So this is True Crime Wifey's channel. She's letting us show this video when she went through. She goes where. So there's like right behind Dan's house, there's an apartment complex. Where are you not over here? Hold on, Grisch, I gotta put you in here. She goes through this apartment, or the guys park, Sigfredo and Luis park in this apartment complex, and it's right behind Dan's house. And back in 2014, there was a cut through that you could go right from this apartment complex to Trescott. And there was a woman that said that she saw them cutting through here. So True Crime Wifey was awesome enough to go get this footage of us so everybody can kind of see that, what was it, 307 feet, Grisch?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay, let's go ahead and play this. It's about 3 minutes long.
Okay. This video is kind of for Grisch.
This video is for you, she says.
Okay. You see the house with the red roof. See this, the yellow sign? That's the speed hump sign. Okay, this black fencing was not here a decade ago. Okay? That speed hump sign is the speed hump in question. I'm going to show you guys. Actually, I did another video before, and it's on my channel. It's about a minute, I think a minute 15 seconds or something. And I'm in the same spot, and there's actually a car that had run out of gas. See, okay, see, there's a lady that lady is walking on Trescott. I am behind Ashford. Oh, they even put up more fencing here. This black fencing right there, that wasn't here. It looks like they just added it. Okay. Now look right here. Okay, you see this tree? It's a red roof house. You see that fencing right there? All of this is new. There's literally a pathway right there. Red roof house. They have some sort of, I think it's, they have like a green witch Halloween decoration hanging. So, there's the path. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go over on Trescott, maybe get out on foot, and then record right there. Okay. Another thing is, I know I keep looking around. Sorry. Okay. So here's the drainage ditch, and this was not this steep back then. Wow. Look at, there's a lot of like, all those.
Yeah, so geographically where this is, if you went into Dan's backyard and walked straight through, there's an apartment complex on the back behind his house. And the hitmen, Luis and Sigfredo, were parked here at one point in time. Now, this drainage ditch wasn't as deep, and this fence wasn't here back in 2014. And we confirmed that by going to...
Okay, that was not a good idea.
We went to Google Earth, and you can look at the historical things. So the fence wasn't there because this is where Grisch says that he thinks that Wendi walked through here to go to Dan's house on the day that he was murdered while he was being killed.
All the way to McCord.
Correct.
I'm gonna go over there for a second.
All right. Oh, and it segues in right into your video. Okay.
It does. It does.
Yeah, it went right to. Well, I was rewatching some of your Wendy's TV stuff this morning, and so it went right into.
Okay.
5. LML. Somebody says Wendy's getting out the owl T-shirt for her arrest. And then he says maybe she'll wear the giraffe shirt that she always wanted to be. You've seen her weakest little thing? Oh my god. When I was
that was crazy. It's like, yeah, because you got that neck. That's why.
It grew wider instead of growing taller.
She has a couple little that she got too many Botox units. Just a little too much.
She's an entire mess. A whole freaking mess. All right, I had to boost the volume of that for True Crime Wifey's video. Thank you for showing us that, because that is, yeah, the boss lady says it's a short walk through the woods, very short. Yeah, it's 307 feet according to Grisch, because that's how exact he is. 307 feet. You had me dying the other day when we were on the phone. You said something else. It was like so precise. Like, I love that you.
I'm an almanac, yo.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, how the sun is angled at 94 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play.
Yeah, I love it. So Dreamscape says, remember Dan's house alarm was triggered in the days before the murder. Did anybody ever follow up on that? So I'm pretty sure they would have been able to get all that alarm information. It's nowhere in the police reports that I have, but I also didn't get everything. Because there's like supplemental reports and there's, chunks missing in the thing. And everybody go over to True Crime Wifey and give her a thumbs up and give her a sub, because she's boots on the ground for us over here, which is great.
Yeah.
And she was the one originally that told Grisch that fence wasn't there.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if either Wendi showed them that, which I think maybe, or brought it up, but I think that there's also a good chance that Luis would have figured that out on his own.
Figure what out?
The cut through behind Dan's house.
Oh, yep.
To where the speed bump is.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. All right. Okay. Some people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This person's behind. They're still saying they hear an echo. You don't have YouTube playing. Okay.
I have YouTube playing on my phone on here, but it's not. The sound is muted.
All right. True Crime Wifey says the alarm was triggered on Thursday, the 17th.
At 12:43.
At 12:43.
I don't know. That's something that I would want to know if there was a history of that happening, and I can't think of any. I don't know. Because just because it's triggered, was it triggered because someone tried to open a window, or is it triggered because, for what reason?
Yeah, I'd be curious. Well, Isom said that he was going to look into that. Oh, whoops.
But did he, though?
Okay, so there's still... they're still hearing an echo and they can't hear what you're saying. So we need to fix this. All right. Is the audio turned down on your MacBook for the input, or the actual MacBook input?
For the input, it's going through my iPhone.
Okay, I know, but
so should I just go through the? Let me try the. You want me to try through the beats now?
Just try to turn,
Okay.
because I think what's happening is the MacBook. You've got another audio source that's picking up. So even if you have it, on one, like you're telling it to go through one audio source, it's still picking up from whatever else is on. You know what I mean? So if you have more than one input that's open on your MacBook, oh, they said that's fixed right now.
Is it fixed now?
Is it fixed now,
Let's
guys?
just put it through beats on both input and output.
Okay, they said it's better now.
Okay.
All right. And I had to go dark for a minute because my little juicy baby woke up. So somebody was asking about. Okay, yay, it's better. Yay. Somebody was asking about Wendy's, like, was she accounted for basically the day of the murder? So I just wanted to pull up, because when I did the owl video thing, I put on here the call log because I was shook by that.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, guys. Okay. So she makes an 18-minute call at 10:24, but then there's nothing on her again until 11:22. And mhm. Yeah, and she's on her phone all morning
Right. And the
long.
only time you're not on your phone is when this pops off. She was there.
I
And
think so.
not only that, in the discovery, they had the Luis identify Wendy in the 6-pack lineup, I think. I don't know if it was a 6-pack lineup, but it was a photo of Wendy.
Luis picked her out?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was back when they first started talking to Luis, I think.
Oh, wow. Wow, I don't think I heard that. That's freaking crazy. I mean, I feel like Wendy is a pretty recognizable face in terms of how faces are.
Yeah, but I think Luis is a little bit more, even if she wasn't that recognizable, or I think he would be able to do that because he's that observant.
Yeah. No, I think so too. All right, HD says, why didn't he have a body cam on? So TPD did not get body cams until 2018. So in 2014, they wouldn't even have them, but they potentially still had cameras in the car. So, I mean,
He
they
had
would
a regular
definitely have.
sedan, he said.
Oh, okay. So if he didn't have a police, I wonder if there was like another officer there at the time that he went up.
I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, sure.
Yeah, so Forensic RN says, wouldn't the navigation in her vans show the location? So although she had GPS, that doesn't necessarily mean that she had geolocation data that was being saved in the van. So I was trying to figure out, her van was a 2007, I think, Honda Odyssey, and I don't think those got like a geolocation update until much later. I don't remember the exact date, but I also think that, well, they have her location through cell phone records because they did the call detail records in pretty much every single trial, and it shows where she was based on based on what cell tower was getting picked up. I have that in one of my videos.
They definitely have her actual location.
I think so too.
They definitely have it.
Wouldn't that be through her cell phone? Wouldn't they be able to get that through her phone?
But if you look at the discovery from, I think even Donna's, if you go into discovery, they'll have a part where it'll have a list of call reports of maybe 15 to 20 people, probably about 20 people. This includes like Luis's woman and a bunch of other people. And so Wendi has a thing that says FTK. I don't know what it stands for, but it's a type of cell phone extraction that's probably better than Cellbrite. And it takes all the data off the phone. So like not just the calls and the text, not the basic stuff. Like every time if your phone is sitting on the table, right? And you pick it up,
it shows the pickups.
It logs that. It logs that. And so every bit of data that your phone saves from whatever activity, they have that. And I also think it's not too far-fetched to think that they have a burner for Wendi too. I'm going by what's in the discovery.
Oh, that they have her burner?
Or they have that, yeah. Because in the call report, the part in the discovery that shows the call report for all like a bunch of people, and these are people outside of the familiar faces, okay? So like they'll have a bunch of people, and then next to Wendi's phone it says FTK, which is a type of data analysis for cell phones. And then in that list it has track phone. And track phone is like
like
for burners.
A burner phone.
Right. Now,
where is this at?
It's and you can find it in Donna's discovery.
Oh, okay.
And it says, should I show my screen to show you all this?
Yeah. Share your screen. I'm going to pull that up for you. Hold on.
Give me a second.
Yep.
I just gotta find it. Give me one quick second.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
And then I have up on the screen right now, this is the part where it shows where she drove at, but this is literally how far out of her way that she drove. She's up here on the right, 3303 Aqua Ridge Way, and just to ABC, it is a 13-minute, and depending on traffic, it's between 13 and 17 minutes down there, but she was literally 3.5 miles away from Mosaic. So there's no reason. And there was literally a liquor store that was 400 feet from Mosaic, and that was one of 3 that was right in that plaza. So there's literally no reason. Yeah, if you go ahead and share your screen or hit that screen share thing. I've got it turned off right now. I've got it
what's that?
blacked
I just
out.
gotta find it.
No problem. Yay, we both sound good now, finally.
Good.
An hour into the chat, whatever.
Right.
We literally were on here for an hour last night too, trying to make sure that everything was good beforehand. And last night it was me that was echoing. Oh wow.
No. I don't think I can do this. Hold up. You can still hear me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. Star Makes Art says, what if Wendy told the shooter guy in conversation, I'll be up in the woods watching like an owl? Yeah, actual movement fact that Rob hinted at the guilt of his family indicated that he's not just guessing. Well, he said in it's an interview back in I think 2018 that he did with what the hell is that thing? I just had it in my video. What the freaking hell is it called? But I'll find the title to it. But Over My Dead Body is what it is. The podcast Over My Dead Body. He said right in there that because they asked, they said, did you think that you knew who did it? Like right away, basically. And he says, yes, but I was hoping that it wasn't the worst case scenario or something. It's crazy. So Spicy Chicken Nuggets says Stephen Webster thinks it'll take about 3 months and they will arrest Wendy. I'm like, please, Lord Jesus, please. I don't want it to take that long.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think I found it.
Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna have to hit your little screen share button on your side, and then I'll copy the link in here and get rid of mine. Yeah, well, wasn't Sigfredo also arrested with his burner phone on him?
He had a burner phone on him, but like I'm gonna go through this real quick.
Okay,
now,
good.
Do you
All right, hold on.
can you see the document up?
Hold on, it's pulling. There we go. Yep, we're good.
All right. Now all right. You see this part, the communication records, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. From what my expert experience tells me, when you're the first person on the list, that's not a good thing. Okay.
Right.
Even though this is for Donna, this is discovery for Donna. She's the first. Wendy is the first one up here, which is crazy, being that Donna's the one that's being charged. So then you have Katie, you have Sigfredo, and right under them you have 2 AT&T phones. Okay.
Mhm.
Now these numbers are in sequential order, so they came from the same place. That's a rule of thumb. They came from the same place. Now there are also receipts for 2 burner phones, so it's safe to say that these are Sigfredo and Katie's, and they are brought at the same place.
Okay.
But this phone here, the track phone,
Mhm.
that with no name on it,
Right.
if it's a track phone and they figure out who it belongs to, or if it's a burner phone, they figure out who it belongs to, they'll put a name next to it. Every
Yeah,
one of
right.
these numbers doesn't necessarily have subscriber information on them. Like there's a couple people that are on here, like this
Yeah.
person here, that's a
Yep.
burner phone as well. Okay, I did looked it up. It's a burner phone as well, but they have her name attached to it.
Let me see if I
So,
can look up that number.
but
I could potentially see who that number was registered to.
right, it
Because
could
even
be
if it's a burner, it's usually goes on if you're using, like a credit card to pay for it.
right. But the thing is like people will get a burner phone and start a little business or something. Like it was like a car wash or something that it belonged to over the years, but that track phone is the 850 is Tallahassee. So
Yep.
now if we keep going, cell phone extractions. This, if this is on your phone, you're cooked.
You're
Simple as that. Like
fucked. That's what that stands for. Fucked.
yeah, exactly. That's a good way to remember it. Now, then you
Okay, so
have
it's showing the extraction software. Is that what that is next to it?
right. It's extraction, but it also like um I don't know the word for it, but it does something where it breaks down all the information in a certain type of way that makes it really easy to just be able to pinpoint things as you need them, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So then you have Wendy's Gmail accounts. You have this one, which has like all the emails that have been um, talked about in the various trials. But you also have this one, okay? And that
In the
belongs to Wendy.
Bahamas.
Yep. And then they have the FSU account. Being that they have more than one account for Wendy for her email, if Wendy has another iPhone, which I believe she did,
Mm-hmm.
that's a burner phone that's under track phone, and she uses a different email address for the iCloud, they got her. So then if you go down a little bit, it shows IEF report for Wendy Adelson's iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, IEF and FTK are not mutually exclusive. You can use both of them together, but there are no other phones that have IEF or FTK other than Wendy. So if they say IEF report for Wendi Adelson's iPhone, and they also say FTK for her another phone, and it's separate, it's most likely the track phone that's listed for the call records.
Okay,
That's
so I just looked up I just looked up what FTK means, and they said it was basically um from like an old telecom free tel device. So it's because Cellbrite will only work on there's certain phones that won't upload via Cellbrite. So this was clearly, a burner phone, some little cheapo phone that wasn't able to be Cellbrighted.
they also have the IEF, and IEF now is Axiom, the same people that the the body worn cameras. You probably see them in the upper right hand corner. It says Axiom. IEF is what Axiom is now. So there's a good chance that the FTK and the IEF could be for one phone or for two phones, but being that they say track phone and they don't attribute it to anyone, there's a strong possibility that they have a burner phone for her.
Very interesting.
And then if they have that, it's a wrap for her. Like just off her main cell phone, it's a wrap for her. But if she has a burner phone, it's even worse. Like I said this before, like having a burner phone, if you're doing whatever illegal stuff and you're using a burner phone, it's a horrible idea because it's like a black box for an airplane. It just gives them more information to go on, and you're not calling as many people on a burner phone as you are on your regular phone.
Yeah, I love that. I love the way you describe that because exactly, this is just like, shady. This is the shady dealings phone.
Right. And your shady dealings aren't going to have the same amount of contacts as your normal dealings.
Mm-hmm.
And just off of the people you're doing shady dealings with, that doesn't mean that's their burner phone.
Yeah.
So these people, like outside of Sigfredo and Luis, like these people are not criminally seasoned. Like they're just not there. They just Wendy going to the scene is wild. It's wild. That's the arrogance that some of these people have.
Yeah.
Especially like people like Charlie talking about like the Cuban criminal element. That's crazy to say that. Like no one talks like that if they actually have Cuban criminal connections. Like they're not talking like that. It tells me like they don't know. And so as smart as people think she is, she's not on a criminal level. I can tell you she's not there. She's arrogant. She thinks she's
untouchable.
Untouchable. Like, oh, the state's not going to decide to arrest me.
Yeah.
When she said that during Katie's first trial, you think
somebody was on a show and I don't remember what program it was, but that was played and they're like, that's AI. And it's like, no, that bitch actually said that. Give me 1 second. I got to go lay my baby down. The live is yours.
Oh, okay.
Run this
Let me
bitch.
let me go back to the chat and see what's going on because it's not showing up on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Did y'all understand what I meant by all the burner phone stuff? Forensic toolkit. Yep. You can't have multiple YouTube tabs open. I have just one because I can't see the chat on this thing that I'm doing here with Jackie. Like I can't see anything other than myself. I'm just gonna go on my phone. Manji, are you aware? Are you suggesting Georgia is aware of Wendy's burner? Look, I feel like they're more than aware. They know. All right. First of all, there's 30 federal agents on Donna's case. 30. They're not even 30 federal agents on a regular case. There are 30 federal agents on this case. They got everything. And part of the reason why I think that Wendy's phone wasn't intercepted, it was a tapped like Charlie's and Katie's, is because when you tap when the feds try to tap a phone, they have to show that all other investigative measures have been exhausted. They probably don't. They probably have so much information on Wendy alone that they applying for a warrant for her phone wouldn't do anything. It might get turned down. They've got a lot on her. Why 30? Oh, Jolie says why 30 agents? I think part of the reason is I think the Adelsons are into more stuff than just Dan Markel. And part of it is to keep them out of prison. Another thing is that when Dan Markel was killed, Sigfredo and Luis were under federal investigation by the FBI. A RICO investigation started on the North Miami Latin Kings in January of 2014, and it ended in January of 2015. These dudes literally committed a homicide while under federal investigation and damn near got away with it. That's as much as people say that it's an unrelated crime. Like Luis was incarcerated for an unrelated crime. No, it's related. It happened during the time they were on being investigated. And I don't think the FBI will let that anything else slip under the cracks. Like I know I learned about my girl told me about this case like 3 years ago. No. Yeah, it was during Katie's trial, second trial. But I already knew about Sigfredo and Luis from 2015 because I read their paperwork on their RICO case. Because I was like, I heard about the RICO case, and my friends and I were talking about it, like, yo, these dudes are wild. Like, I never heard of a street gang getting a RICO case on them. And I already knew about Tato and Tuto. I knew about them. So when I was put onto this case, I was like, oh, I know who those dudes are. They're next level. Like those the things that those dudes were doing was like just it's I can't even tell you. Like they're just their gangster is just it's up there. It's up there. They were not to be played with, and it wasn't like they were just wreaking havoc on people. They were focused on people who were in the street. They weren't doing stuff to people that are what people call civilians, like people like law-abiding citizens. They're not doing anything to them. They're doing things to people who are selling drugs, who are in other forms of illegal life. And this specific case, this Dan Markel thing was outside of their lane. And the thing is, like Luis, he doesn't say it directly, but he says it in his proper. He knows, like, that's not what he's about. He's not about victimizing citizens or civilians.
I'm back.
You back?
Yep.
Okay.
I was looking up. I was looking up who was. Oh, I need to put my face back on here. I was looking up who that was. Who that number was registered to, and I got a couple names.
They can change. Like,
oh, I know. I was just. I mean, and obviously it was 11 years ago, but I'm still nosy like that.
Yeah, I mean, I look it up too, but it's like when different companies, they'll buy a block of phone numbers by their exchange number. You know what the exchange number is, right?
No.
Okay, so like the area code is the first 3 digits, then the exchange number is the next 3 digits.
Oh, okay.
So they'll buy a block of 10,000 numbers, phone numbers, and at a time, and they'll go from one place to another. So like that number specifically could be been handed off to different people that have like app companies that will buy that block of 10,000 phone numbers and use them for a time. And then people use those numbers for anything. They could be on an app. They can be on an actual phone. It could be anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Aristotle wants to know if you think that killing Dan was mainly because Sigfredo thought he'd get Katie back by doing it.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah. Like,
he was pretty torn up about her.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I can tell Katie's a manipulative type, and I think by Katie taking that money and not giving it to Sigfredo, it forced Sigfredo to have to do this. Because even Luis said it. He's like, they paid you, you got to do it. That's just like the rules to it. Like, if someone is like Katie is taking the money that's meant for Sigfredo, being that it's Sigfredo's woman, even though she's dealing with Charlie, it's Sigfredo's woman. So once that's proven to Sigfredo that she's pocketing the money, he accepts whatever she took as if he got it. So
yeah. Well,
they paid yeah, he's already in debt to them. And so it's and I think that's also Luis was wrapped up in this because the person that Sigfredo went to Tallahassee with
I like Tallahassee.
before Tallahassee before June, Hiawassee Springs, before June is he's in the paperwork for this, and I'm going off the dates of his incarceration and what he was charged with. When Sigfredo was supposed to go to Tallahassee in June, I believe that he was supposed to go with the dude he went with before, but that dude got arrested. I can show you that too.
Yeah.
But so there's a dude. It's in here too, I think. Give me a second.
I'm just trying to. You're fine.
Is my screen still up showing that the the PDF
Yeah.
file?
Yep, I
Okay.
just put it back up. Yep.
Okay, so this dude here, Jorge Bidea. Okay, so Jorge Bidea, it
Can you
says,
zoom in a little bit on your end? Okay.
Okay, so you see this guy here, right?
From Kissimmee.
Yeah. So he's actually from Miami, but
What is
he's
this a
living.
list of? Is this the potential witnesses?
Yeah, potential witnesses. Oops.
Okay.
Hold up. How do I get back?
Can you just press back?
Nah, it won't let me do. It's not doing the back. Hold up. Oh, there I got it.
There we
Boom.
go.
All right. So let me get to the part where it's most important. So come on, yo. All right, you see this? This is the same person.
Inmate. Is that the
Yep.
tie?
That's the same person. Jorge Bidea and then Jorge Emmanuel Bidea. Okay. So this guy, let me find another document here.
Sorry, guys, I'm eating fruit snacks.
All right. I'm gonna switch the thing over. All right. You see this? Okay. Now,
Oh, is this his charge?
yeah. So he gets arrested on June 2nd, 2014. So I think he got arrested and he couldn't go on that trip. So that's why Luis was enlisted to go. And this guy, he's
What's his
this
last
is
name again?
huh?
What's his last name?
Birella, Birella. So this charge here is burglary, is occupied dwelling attempted. So attempted burglary on an occupied dwelling. So this dude is not playing. All right. So he'll break in your house when you're there. So this dude was convicted in 2014. He was charged. He was arrested in 2014. And then there's another thing that I got here.
Yeah, and he's from Puerto Rico. Initially from my snooping.
Okay. So then you have there's another thing I want to show y'all.
Oh no, that's a lie. That was somebody else with the same last name. Okay, go.
Yeah, you have to get the both last names.
Yeah,
to
the
really,
Emmanuel. I got him now.
well, no, his full name he has two last names. He has a normal like Spanish format. So let me find another one for you.
Yeah, I've got him. I've got him on this. He's got quite a record.
Yep. And so
Battery.
yeah,
He got arrested for that again in 2019.
Yeah, he's wild. So yeah, he's like that. So
That's crazy.
where is this? I'm trying to find this other document here that shows this by date. Okay. Now, another trick to realize to see if someone is how valuable their information is. Okay, I'm gonna show you another document. Right. You see this here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is from Sigfredo's case. Now, this is an order to authorize the defense to incur additional costs for court reporter transcripts. Now, court reporters, well, it's obvious what they do, but they get paid per hour. So a good way to see if someone has anything substantial is how much it costs to record them, right?
Yeah, right. Okay.
So now you have these people here.
Ooh.
You have some names you know, some names you might not know. And so here you have Jorge, and this is on the night in March of 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and he's $340. He's more expensive than almost all these people. So
Wow. Yeah.
so the only people he's not as expensive as is Detective Isom and Jessica, which is Luis's
baby mama,
girlfriend.
right?
Right. So being that he costs more than everybody else, it's safe to say that
And Corbett and Sanford, obviously, they're up there too, but they're, those are the FBI.
Oh, Corbett, yeah, Corbett and
or Stafford, excuse me, it's not Sanford. That's Patrick Stafford. I don't know. Do you know who that is?
No. I don't know. I don't know who the other is. So with that being said, and also in the previous document, he was first interviewed in December of 2014. He was the first person they interviewed out of all the other people.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And being that he got arrested on June 2nd, 2014, it's safe to say that he was the person that Sigfredo was going to go to Tallahassee with to do this. And being the type of charges he has, he was going to do the driving.
Yeah, because he's obviously a bad
He's not
guy.
playing. He's not playing. So, and I don't think, obviously, Luis is not his first choice because of Luis is not really about.
He has more morals.
He has his moral barometer is
much higher.
Is much higher in the criminal sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not about doing things to citizens, and so I think this other guy definitely is.
That's a really good point.
And by his photo, I'm not gonna put his photo up here because he's not really part of this now, but he definitely looks like he's got substance issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was when he got arrested, he was put in the mental facility.
I saw that on the document you had pulled up a second ago.
Right. So it's safe to say this guy is he's got issues and he'll do whatever. And those are probably the worst people. If the
mentally unbalanced and willing to do all crimes.
Right. The person that's willing that will do anything is the person you don't want to be around. Just saying. If they'll do anything, don't deal with them. If they'll rob someone, if they're selling this and they're robbing people and they're stealing cars and they're like, they have no specialty. They don't have like a focus.
Yeah, what's the key?
They're not the people to be around. Yeah, they're horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying Sigfredo's not a horrible person, but Sigfredo, from what I understand, he is strictly a shooter. That's what he does. That man was
Yeah.
on. He was drunk. He was doing Yola, and he managed to hit someone point blank through a window and put only one hole through a window with 2 shots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. He's yeah,
Crazy.
crazy. What's
Okay,
the
so
next topic? What's the next topic?
all right, so I just looked up Patrick Stafford,
Hmm.
and he had like he ran crane businesses and
Crane,
like
crane. You said?
cranes. Yeah, not like the bird, but like construction.
Yeah.
And then he had like it's construction type businesses is what he was doing.
Really?
And yep, and he was in Panama City and also Arizona. So I don't know what the connection could be, but when I look him up, he's right in the panhandle of Florida. So let me see his
I
addresses
won't.
real quick.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
help to
because
know
he
what
has an
type of crane.
address right in the right, and I mean for them to be interviewing him for that long too. So yeah, okay, so he had a place in Panama City,
Hmm.
Florida during this time period.
Oh man, that's a. I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, what kind of crane does he own?
I don't know. He has a bunch of basically he's a business owner. So
Hmm.
he has a bunch of different crane companies in here that were listed out. There's like over a dozen um different crane services. So it almost looks like he was like in the business of renting them out is kind of what it seems like. There's a crane and hoist rigging. There's another crane and hoist. There's crane group, which I don't know why he's having to do and redo all these corporate filings. Um, the majority of these are coming out of Phoenix, Arizona. I'm trying to see if I can find any LLCs that were specifically out of Florida, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't have gone there, but it's kind of
I can't
odd.
think of. I can't think of any. Outside of maybe like Luis's job, like he did the
Oh, yeah.
masonry,
Yeah,
but like
maybe.
I can't, I don't know of anything that why he would be important.
I don't either. I'll screenshot all this stuff to you and shoot it your
He's
way.
doing.
But yeah. Oh, and then there's a real estate development that he had at one point also. But construction, he had some construction businesses that he was an owner of. Um, so I mean, yeah, could that have possibly been connected with Sigfredo? Because Sigfredo worked with Luis for a little
Yeah,
bit too.
but like, what would they? But he's in the Panhandle, so I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah, he was in Panama City. I don't know either. This probably only comes up
I
stinks,
can't
but I
think of
want to know
any.
who he is.
Yeah, I do too, and I wonder if it's someone that Wendy was dealing with, or Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? So what other evidence do you think that we have on Wendi? Do you think we have bus videos on her too from that when she was driving to Trescott and back? That would be very interesting because they have them on Sigfredo and Luis. So is there, a possibility that they also have her on the bus cams?
Yeah, I think it's a really good possibility. Like just looking at like if they have just one bus cam with Secreto and Luis, they have every camera that goes up and down the street. And so
yeah, they had all that. They had it all pulled for that time period.
Yep. So between that and the cameras,
The ring cameras.
I can show you the
They pulled
the ring
everybody's.
cam.
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but ring cameras that weren't a thing in
Oh,
2014 yet.
the cameras from ABC.
Here. Let me share my screen again.
All right, real quick,
Hold on.
Aristotle says that Stafford does cranes at the docks to offload cargo shipping.
I don't know.
Lexi says maybe they were robbing the docks. I don't know. Right now, everybody's guess is as good as mine. Probably better.
I can't think of anything right now how these guys will cross paths with someone like that.
Yeah, Jolie,
in that area.
Yeah, the minivan did have GPS, but that does not necessarily mean that there is like geolocation data being recorded because those are two separate things, right?
Right. The GPS on the tracker that's on the rental car only submitted information every 25 hours.
Yeah, on the rental.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can y'all see this now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all the yellow are the places that have cameras. The red ones have some. They're just important locations, but they may have cameras too.
All right, go over that again because our faces were covering that side of the screen up.
Okay, so on the left here are all the addresses that have cameras that the FBI has cameras for. The red are places that either A, have cameras or places that where anybody important was staying at, so or was located. So you have Wendy's address up here. You have what used to be Roadway is now like Clarion Point,
It's
and then
Clarion, yep.
Yeah, and then 410 Market Street is excuse me, Mosaic, what Mosaic used to be.
Yep.
So let me show you all. Okay. See how? All right. So this is Thomasville Road. This is a north going north and south. All these cameras here. This is where my mouse is Trescott.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have ABC. You have that one guy that I pointed out in my last Wendy's TV series, Alan Abramowitz.
Yes.
These are all
cameras.
That's
the annex building for the Leon County Courthouse, right?
Yep, next door to
building
ABC.
Right next to ABC.
Mm-hmm. And they share a parking lot, yo. So, all this when you come out here and you make a right, or you going down southbound, they got you.
Mm-hmm.
This building here even has a camera, and I don't know why I didn't point that out, but didn't put the marker there. But so then we go up.
Yeah, and this is Thomasville that you're
Right,
going along right now.
Right, and so here you have they have records, and I don't know why, but they have records for the hotels of the people that were staying there during that week, which is kind of it's kind of crazy. So,
And what hotel is this up here?
this is, I forget the name of it. It was something else before. So Wendy's house, where's Wendy's house at? Okay, Wendy's house is over here. And for her to get down Thomasville, she'd have to hit these choke points here. This is how another way that they really know that she went all out the way, because her house, she
It's a
just goes
straight
right,
shot to Mosaic. It's 3.6 miles away from Mosaic.
right. She went
Look at how
all the way over. Come on, she's
all the way down Centerville, all the way underneath, crossed, and then she went from the ABC back a half a mile back to the Circle K, which is not even on Thomasville. You're trying to tell me there's no gas stations on Thomasville? Like, Wendy,
right.
get your life.
It's a she's all over the place. But they got the
Mess.
cameras all up here and down here. This is where they were staying at. And then they moved to what's the other place they went to?
They were at the Budget Inn first.
Yeah, this is the Budget Inn.
Mhm.
And then they went up
And then
here.
they went somewhere closer to Dan's, right?
Yep. And it's close to the freeway too. Like these dudes, when people say it's the June trip was the whatever. No, they were rehearsing. They were practicing. They were learning the lay of the land, or whatever you want to call it, so they can get out of there. And they got a
as
place
fast
that
as
was
possible to get on I-10.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So they, between all the data off of her phone and all the camera stuff, they definitely have her. Like they definitely got her. And that one photo, and I saw some people in my comments have said like, oh, she wasn't with her kids. Her kids were at the daycare on Thursday.
They were
And then
signed in at a certain time.
They were signed in at a certain time, but
And then they were signed out at a certain time. But who knows if there's, I don't think they keep a record of if you go and grab them in the middle of the day.
who knows? But after that one picture that Fancy posted, oh man, it's definitely. Do you have that photo?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on, I've got to put
I
it
have
up
it
on my
too, but I just
YouTube
gotta.
to show it. Hold on, let me post it really quick on YouTube. Yeah, so Fancy Fiction posted this picture of Wendy that Wendy posts the day before the murder. And by the shadows and facing northeast.
No, she's
Grisch is literally able to determine exactly what time this picture was taken based on the angle of the shadows. I mean, it's crazy. All right, hold on. I'm just going to post this real quick so I can pull it up, because this is the easiest way for me to do this. And then I can show the this video that I have pulled up. This is the drive that she took. This is just from her call detail record. So let's go in here real quick and I'll show this post. Donna, not now. My song started playing immediately. Okay, so here's this. This is the picture that Fancy Fiction posted, and I'll be damned if Grish and I weren't up half the night And I messaged True Crime Wifey, and I was like, please help us. See if you can help.
I'm looking on YouTube on my phone so I can see what you got up there.
Yeah.
All right. So in this photo here, you have Wendi, and the camera is facing the east. The angle of the sun is, see, being that the side of Wendi that we can see is dark, it's because the light's behind her. Off of the curb behind her and off of her ankle, which I don't, if you have to do full screen to see her ankle, that's about like 94 to 97 degrees. All right. When the sun is at that angle in Tallahassee in July, it's no later
Is she not
than
wearing shoes?
noon. No, she's wearing
Or are
flippy
these
floppies.
flip-flops?
She's got,
Okay.
and she's looking horrible too. And I know that there's a shadow of the tree branch there, and it looks
The
like
one on
it's
the left?
going, the one on the left, but
Mhm.
it's actually the tree branch is hanging down, straight down. So the light is coming toward it. Okay. It's deceiving, but so it looks like the light is coming from behind the camera's view, but it's actually in front. It's just that that branch, those type of trees over there, they hang kind of funny, and it looks
Mhm.
like it's facing the light is shining the other direction, but it's about 94, like 94 degrees.
You're wild
And
for knowing this.
so I don't play. So here, can I share my screen? I want to show y'all something real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep, let me shut this down. Go ahead.
All right, let me get to the
Richard, get out of here. Free Wendi. She is free. She's been free for 11 years, friend. The
she's not
freest that she can be. She's not really free because she knows the hammer's going to drop at any moment.
yeah,
I'm
she's on a Zanny buffet for real.
Zanny buffet.
I'm
Oh
serious.
my God. Layla says that she just had an ad and it was a human trafficking ad. Somebody commented on my channel the other day and they're like, every time I watch your video, I shit you not, I get ads for dental implants. I'm like, stop.
All right, so we're gonna go to Tallahassee and put in the date, July.
What is this? What are you on right now?
It shows like the sun calculator. So
For Donna Sunshines? Does it show how many
the
sunshines Donna has at this time?
Well, the sun shines on the sunshine. So now,
This is awesome, by the way.
all right, you see that on the left here, it says azimuth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the angle that the sun is shining down.
At this exact
okay?
time.
And
or
so
on this day.
It's about 94 degrees. And 94 degrees. A second.
Mm-hmm. And Amy, I'll ask him this question after we're done talking about this. We'll do this. Why I'm leaving it up on the screen so I don't forget. Yes, excellent. I think Isom is a great detective. You got to understand, Wendi was. I'm going to just talk while you get this lined up. Wendi was a lawyer and most definitely a suspect. I know people give him shit because he wasn't like trying to beat this out of Wendi. Like I have so many comments being like, "No, no, he should have said this and he should have said that." You got to understand, Wendi, because of how Detective Isom handled Wendi, she was at the station for 6 hours. He got a full extraction of her phone. He towed her van to this police station, had a full search of the van, including whatever, data. And we don't know. I mean, she could have had an updated, radio system in there too that perhaps maybe showed, geolocation data as well. But, he got so much out of her. And yeah, they're like, he should have made her confess. It's like, one, she'll never confess. She is too entitled, too arrogant, and, just thinks she knows everything. She would never admit to anything that she did. But the fact that he had her sitting there for 6 hours, just think back of all the fucking off the wall shit she was saying in that freaking, first of all, the whole like going from complete bawling to being like, I mean, she cries for a minute and a half. It's a full like 92 seconds after he says, Dan's been shot and he's not going to make it. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. And he asks her a question. She's like, ah. So, yeah, to answer the question that you just asked me, like completely fine. Completely fine. And then asking him how many times that, how did he get to the hospital? Like who called? Like what a fucking insane thing to say. Okay.
All right. This is July 17th. Doesn't really matter the year, but it's like 94 degrees. So if you go back to that photo and you put that angle off the sun off the curb, it'll tell you it's about 11 o'clock. Now it's not perfect because this picture is blurry and the ground is not exactly perfectly level in certain places.
Here, I'm going to see if I don't know if I can overlay that. I'll stop fucking this up. Well, if you ask ChatGPT, they confirm your theory. They say it's between 10 and before noon.
Oh, you asked ChatGPT?
Yeah. I was just curious if they even knew. Gemini was like, I don't know. But Google was like, yeah, this was taken, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody asked what the point of the picture of Wendi holding her. I'm pretty sure that's Ben. She posted this on Facebook the day before the murder. Now we're just making the assumption that she took it at the same time. But
the
I feel
the photo was taken at that time. I mean, she could have uploaded it at a different time, but that photo itself,
the day.
if it was taken on July 17th, it was taken around 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So also with Isom and them asking Luis, like, was this before noon? Before noon? That you saw her before noon? Yeah, he saw her before noon with those two kids.
Yep.
Because it's before noon and you see her with two kids. It's just I can't. The picture's too blurry. The background's too blurry for me to figure out where the photo was taken. Because I've been looking.
Tally Gal.
Huh?
Tally Gal is in here too, and she lives in Tallahassee. I was texting her in another person's live to email me because I wanted to ask her the same question that I asked True Crime Wifey, if she could tell where this picture was taken. Because we shit you not, if we went over all of Tallahassee trying to find a building that looks like this. And if you look, go ahead.
If you take the photos taken on it's facing the street behind Wendi. You can put the photo back up.
Yeah, I've got it.
Of Wendi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That photo was taken wherever they're standing. The road behind them is going from east to west, and they're on the southern side of the street. And what's funny is Luis and Sigfredo, both motels that they stayed at, are on streets. They go east to west, and they're both on the southern end of the street, southern side. I just can't figure out where the photo was taken.
Yeah, so if you look at this building in the back left, it looks like a brick building, flat rooftop, and then it has, and let me tell you how many buildings look like this in the FSU campus, because I must have looked at all of them. There's just one in particular, like I kept not realizing where I was because I was just going all over Google Earth, and every time I saw this same building, I'm like, that's it. I'm like, oh, that's the exact same
But it's
building.
like 3 stories. It's 3 stories.
Yeah, and then
And
there's a
those,
sign here. This blue sign. I don't know why my freaking mouse isn't showing anymore. But do you see right to the right of this building? There's like a little sign that's kind of nestled in this tree right here, right behind Ben's head. And then in between Wendy and Ben, to me, we don't really agree on what this is. Grish thinks it's a road sign, and to me, it looks more like one of those kind of like sign banners that you hang from like light poles that they're advertising something, not advertising something, but like, you know what I mean? You know,
yeah,
like the
it
fabric signs.
kind of looks like a
And the
sleep
boss lady
in.
also lives in Tally.
Yeah.
Okay, go on it, ladies.
Yes. I mean, that would be awesome to figure out where that photo was taken. Like, and that's a weird kind of
Yeah, it's
sidewalk right
curved.
there.
Yeah, there's a sidewalk on the other side. I can't tell if this is a sidewalk or a road, honestly, in front of the building. I think it
It's
could
a road.
potentially, okay, is it a road? Then
Hmm.
yeah, if that is a road, I mean, I'm not from Tallahassee, but I lived in Florida for over 2 decades, and I'm not 100% sure that's a road sign, but I also could be completely wrong. But yeah, this parking lot has kind of a curve to it on one side, and then it's straight on the other. And if you guys go into, if anybody else wants to super sleuth this, if you go into Google Earth and you can go into historical time periods. So you can go to 2014. No, Victoria, we don't know who took the picture either.
That's important. And it's like, is that person shorter than Wendy or
Yeah, it
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it. Wendy looks like she's really tall. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly how tall she is, but she's got to be 5'10" plus is what I
She doesn't
feel
look that
like.
tall. She
See,
doesn't look that tall.
I think she looks tall.
She's
But I
looking
guess
rough
I could
right
like,
there.
yeah, she's rough. And honestly, what color is her shirt here? Is this the fucking owl shirt? Does this kind of look like the owl shirt to you? Did she just wear it all week long? Because look at the left
She's
shoulder. I can't tell if it's like teal, green, or blue.
It looks kind of like more of a blue, and the sleeves are
Yeah.
rolled up. And if you got your
Mhm.
sleeves rolled up that long, her sleeves don't look crinkled up in the police photo.
This is true.
But
So
she looks
just
rough.
yeah, she looks fucking rough.
Like she looks like she's like moving stuff. You know what I mean? Like she's doing some type of housework or getting
Yes,
ready to,
probably
you
is.
know, move to Miami.
Insane. That part when Jeff said when they showed the picture of the house and all the artwork that was behind, and Jeff's like, on the 13th, she was ripping those off the walls. My
Crazy.
jaw dropped completely to my table. Okay, so
Yeah.
Just Julie said, I'm late tuning in. Have you guys seen the book of performative crying written by Daniel Sack? Yes, I did. Fucking now, God damn it. I went off of that. Okay, hold on. I've got to find Amy's question again. Yes, it's called Q Tears on the Act of Crying. He was a theater professor of all
Really?
things. Like maybe if you guys stopped, swinging at the apartment, he could have taught Wendy how to cry real tears. Well, one of the snippets from the book literally says something like, on stage, you can use breath and voice to simulate crying. He says, but on camera, the camera demands tears. And he
Yeah.
wrote an entire book on how to cry. Too bad Wendy didn't read any part of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go back real quick and show the that video where they show her call detail records. Or yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, I fucking hate this bitch. Why'd it go all the way to there? Okay, here we go. All right, so here's where they go ahead and talk about where she was that day.
All right, so where did she go after she left her home that day?
She was traveling to purchase alcohol, and her travels took her down to Thomasville Road in the area of Benton Road. Coming down Centerville Road, Benton is a cut through from Centerville over to the Thomasville Road area. And so we see that she would have traveled here and then encountered where the crime scene was blocked off.
Okay. So the 2116 Trescott Drive address, that was the address of the crime scene the day of the murder?
That's correct.
Okay. And what do we see is the little yellow diamond with the exclamation point?
The Tallahassee Police Department had, again, the roadway blocked to prevent interference with the crime scene, and that is the approximate location of where the roadway was blocked and traffic could not go past.
Where did she go after she encountered that roadblock?
She would have traveled back out to Thomasville Road, to Centerville, back down to Benton, and across to Thomasville.
Where did she go once she reached Thomasville Road?
She went to the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits there, again, just south of Benton on Thomasville Road. And we see that a receipt for a purchase.
Overruled.
You can answer.
That's a big Wendi icon you got
I
there.
did, but she went to the ABC Liquors as we have a receipt for that purchase.
Okay. And the time on that receipt, it looks like you've highlighted as 12:49 p.m.
That's correct.
What was that looks like it was bullet.
She's trying to look like she's in
bourbon
grief, but
purchased at
deep down
ABC?
she's just like, yes. Deep down she's just like, yes.
Yeah. She's a mess. So yeah, that's her that's her location. And then they show so this is from ABC to Mosaic, which this is another 3.5 miles just from ABC to Mosaic. And then this is where they show her Aqua Ridgeway. I hate saying that those three words together are so hard to say. But here it shows the voice calls and when they began and when they ended. So here, and she was talking to Jeff Skopek. I get asked this so many times on my videos. And if you go to his Facebook, do you know who his friend is? Wendi Jill.
Oh.
Wendi fucking Jill.
Who is that guy?
I don't know. Probably another guy that she was banging. Sorry if you weren't Jeff Skopek, and sorry if you see this. But I mean, if I had to guess,
I think she was just trying to call anybody.
no,
I think
she
she
was trying
just
to be on the phone.
Right.
It's probably nervous energy.
Yeah. She's just calling people I thought like she was calling people just to have the call records. But I think at the same time she was because if she stayed home during the time that she was supposed to after the Best Buy guy came by, the TV repairman, then her alibi would be plausible because when you get your TV fixed, you would be watching TV and then the news would come on and that's how you would find out. And it would be a surprise, right?
Mm.
But she didn't stay at home. And I think she tried to get that lunch date so she could have an excuse to go out, leave the house. And that whole ABC Liquors thing does not make sense because she could have gone there after her little lunch date.
Yeah, that party was what, at 6 o'clock that night?
Yeah, like 6:30, and I thought like that's even more so that why she would go to that liquor store, because I think there's something up with that dude that works in that building the next door.
That's Amy's
Because
question. I'm glad you said that. Amy wants to know what's up with that. Explain the guardian ad litem dude in the office building.
Well, he's the dude that like if you're a kid and you're going through like custody, stuff like that. He's like the guy that represents the child. Like if you're in foster care and stuff like that. And also, I believe actually I know, because it's back in 2011 they wrote some article about like child immigrant trafficking something. In addition to that, he was trying to be a judge for most of the last decade.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And there was one judge that was stepping down because in Florida at that time you had to step down once you turned 70. So one judge was stepping down. He like tried to become a judge. He didn't get selected, but he was on the list. He was on the list of people that the governor would select to become a judge in 2019. He also, in my opinion, when Wendi was taking those parenting classes, like to help her get leverage on custody, she was taking those classes before her divorce. And I think the person that would give her that kind of advice would be him. And he also was on Wendy's payroll in 2019. Wendy started a nonprofit called Immigrant Child Defense Corp. And he was the director of that for 5 months. And then Wendy took him off. But when she put him on to that, when she started that nonprofit, it was literally 1 month before Katie and Sigfredo went to trial. It's just the timing optics aren't good for her with that,
She's too fucking much. I can't stand her. Okay, so True Crime Wifey has an update for the location. Okay. She says it looks like FSU. The blue sign is the emergency blue light station for emergencies at FSU.
Yeah?
And let me tell you, remember I was like, I said there's so many buildings at FSU that people are just confirming that the signage looks like a college campus signage. And also everybody says she's 5'8", which I don't know. She looks giant to me.
She does? How tall are you?
I'm 5'7", but she looks huge for some reason. Maybe it's just her neck that throws me off.
I think she's she's skinny. I didn't think she was any shorter than like 5'7".
She might just have long legs.
She has skinny legs.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to go over FSU again in the historical thing to see if we can find that.
Does she have the coordinates for it?
Well, I don't think they know exactly where it is in FSU. If anybody knows exactly where it is in FSU, that would be great. But there's a ton of buildings that look just like that in FSU. Yeah, I think that she wanted to find him. I think that she was completely, I think she thought that nobody was going to hear it, or if they did hear it, maybe they would just think it was a car backfiring, or maybe a tree fell down.
Nah.
Or maybe there was an electrical storm, which, by the way, I looked up. My spooky baby just jumped off and detached my headphones. Yeah, Boss Lady's also confirming it's FSU campus. But I don't think she thought anybody was going to hear the shot. And because it was in such a nice neighborhood, and she even says this in her interview, like, how often do shootings happen on Trescott and, in Benton Hills on Trescott?
Well, I mean, I think that she told them like his pattern is he likes to be like he might be on the phone in the garage before he comes inside. Like people have those type of little habits, and I think that would be key
Yeah.
for what was being done. And the most vulnerable place you can be is a parked car. You're not. There's no. It's the worst place you can be if someone's going to do something to you. So, being that it was in the garage, maybe she thought it wouldn't be as loud, but it might be a little bit louder. Because if you say you take, all right, if you put your phone on, say, speakerphone, and you put it in a trying to find something.
Like a cup or something, so it like amplifies the sound. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, if you put it like in a box, right? It's louder. So I researched like how loud a 38 snub nose is and how it would sound every 50 feet, right? And it's like a good distance, and especially with what Trescott, what makes it will kind of dampen the sound are the trees.
Yeah, there's a lot of really mature trees.
Right. But like that apartment complex, the street in front of Trescott that's parallel to Trescott, they'd hear it and it would be a obvious gunshot.
Yeah. I think she was banking on people not being home or just not paying attention.
Yeah, especially if she's gonna be there standing next to the speed bump. And I think that's another reason why she was there on that Thursday is to see what kind of traffic was around that time.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. Yeah, and I also think that one of my theories is that she was fine with the kids being collateral damage in the whole thing. Why in the hell would you send I've obviously never tried to kill my ex, but if I did, I would make sure that the kids were nowhere near him. She doesn't know who the hell the hitmen are. The only reason why Luis didn't kill Dan in front of the kids is because he's a decent human being. I think had it been
Right.
Sigfredo and potentially that other guy, I don't think, and I'm not saying they would have necessarily shot the kids, but like imagine all the other scenarios that the kids could have been hurt. They could have shot Dan at a red light or something, and he could have gotten rolled into traffic. The kids could have gotten hurt that way. Obviously, even if they didn't get hurt, just seeing that would be terrible. I just don't think anybody, and she was just gone. Like she was in fucking Miami. Like why not do it when she's gone? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, my kids would be nowhere near their father if I was sending 2 hitmen that I don't know. If they're willing to go kill a stranger for fucking money, like, who's to say they're not, they wouldn't go and, shoot your kids as well.
Well, I'll tell you this much. There's only like a certain group of people that do that.
But
Most people are not doing. All right, think about this. If you just doing that to somebody, an adult, that comes with massive consequences. Okay, you're going to be in jail forever, all that.
mhm.
If you do that and hurt a child, you're done. Your life in jail is going to be hell.
Yeah, there could have been other ways that they got hurt, though. I mean, if they shot him and they were in the car, and his foot went off the brake or something, they could roll right into traffic. They could have gotten hit that way. Like I'm saying, why even put your kids in a situation like that if you gave any thoughts for what is going to happen to them? Like, she doesn't know who these, I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, most people aren't pieces of shit, but they were high on fucking coke. They were drunk the whole time. And like, who's to tell that maybe they just run out of time and they're like, we have to do this. Who the fuck cares? I don't think it would have happened. Obviously, Luis was there to make sure everything, went right. But
Yeah, but these guys have all been to jail before. Like,
but
anything.
Wendi didn't know all this. Like, we know their background, but I don't think Wendi knew.
I don't. Yeah, and you know what?
Or
you
knew
might be
like
right
the
about
consequences of like what that meant, or knew like, oh well, they would be, they'd have a harder time in prison if they fucking killed a kid. I don't think Wendy's thinking that. Like, how would she even, like, you think that because that's how you think. But, as a mother, there would be no way in hell that I would ever even risk that. Because who's to say? I mean, especially being like all fucked up too, like high on coke, drinking all day, like.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm.
Maya
I still
Rodriguez
kind of.
says, "Go ahead."
I think that it's dudes that have been in jail before know like anything involving a kid, even if the kid doesn't get hit, is very just not. It's you can have problems. They might not be as crazy as if you directly hurt a child, but like
Right.
if a child caught a stray bullet, no. If a child was in anything like that, like the moment you go to if you're locked up, the first thing that people do is look at your paperwork and read your whole case and see
What happened?
and make sure and see what happened to see if you are involved in activities and if you hurt a child.
Right. And I completely agree with you on that. I think that they knew that that was going to get them into worse trouble. But my point is that Wendi didn't fucking know that. And she sent these guys up to kill Dan not once but twice. They had week on, week off in the summertime. Why not do it when it's her week? Both times they went up, it was a Dan week. Both times. So I know what you're saying, and I completely agree with you 100% that they knew the ramifications, they knew the consequences, but Wendi didn't. And Wendi had no problem sending these guys not once but twice up to go kill her fucking ex while her kids were with him the whole week, not once but twice. Like, that to me is fucking wild. That to me says she doesn't give a fuck.
No,
like,
she doesn't.
I wouldn't even want my cat to be around, if something like, you know what I mean? It's just like, my point is that Wendi, who is the one sending them, who is the one setting this up, I think honestly in her, think of how much more attention she would have gotten if also the kids were killed. And Wendi didn't really want those kids. She moved to Miami and Donna literally raised them. The second that she got to Miami, I mean, every single wiretap, this is 2 years later, and every single wire that Donna and Charlie are talking, the kids, she's with the kids. And she even says at one point, where the hell did she say this?
She said, I don't believe that Ben is sad. Ben is sad because,
I'm with them. Yes, that's exactly where it is, that I'm with them 25 hours a week plus. And this is while they're at school. So they're at school 8 hours a day, 7-8 hours a day. And then they're home with Donna literally the whole rest of the time. Like,
yeah.
So I don't think Wendi gave a fuck. I mean, I don't really think she wanted to be a mom in the first place. But I mean, how much more attention and how much like more of a victim. I mean, she would have gotten everything she wanted from that, like even more.
I agree.
And she didn't want the kids because it doesn't mesh with her lifestyle. I mean, fuck, every single weekend. She was either
Yep.
in Miami or they were up there just so she could have fucking somebody to watch the kids. And then here they're babies. They were fucking babies and they're in school. Like she keeps calling it school. It was fucking daycare. They're babies. Ben wasn't even in freaking kindergarten yet, and he was the older one. And he was like at the very, he was pretty, close to cutoff time anyway. Like he would have been a young kindergartner starting at 5 years old.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a really good point.
I mean, I completely agree with you. I think the guys realized that, this would be fucked up. And Luis especially is like, I'm not going to kill anybody in front of their kids. Like, why?
Right.
Like, I'm not that big of a piece of shit, but Wendi is. Clearly, evidenced by the fact that she set hitmen to kill her ex 2 times when it was his week, the whole week. It's not like they were alternating every night and they just happened to be on the week on, week off with that Wednesday overnight separation.
Was that Wendy's or Dan's week in June?
Dan's.
Shit.
Yep. I went back and looked. I traced back all the weeks. It was Dan's week in June too. That's what I'm saying. Like I could, maybe if it was, but and then literally she was just in fucking Tallahassee. Or not Tallahassee, but Miami right before then. And then she would have had this opportunity to go with Jeff to fucking California and the kids would have been with their mom. And she still didn't. She didn't want to do that because she had to pick them up from fucking, preschool. Like, fucking Donna could have been watching them at that point and kept them out of school or anything. I mean, it was still a Danny week, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Damn. Who was talking about, like, was it Sarah Youssef talking about how Wendy just leaves the kids with Donna so she can go out and stuff?
Jeff said that specifically. I don't remember. I mean, it might have been in Sarah Youssef's deposition, but I know for sure that Jeff was like, they would come on the weekends so we could go out and date. I mean, they were going up there constantly, which is fucking wild because it's an 8-hour drive.
Right.
And they would rent a car, probably not to put like mileage on, their vehicles. They would rent a car to go all the way up there to watch her kids for the weekend.
That's crazy. Wendy ain't shit. I tell you. Just when you think someone can't get any lower, it's just like,
no, she's a piece of shit. She didn't give a fuck. Like, you have a dog. If you were sending somebody to freaking kill your girlfriend, would your dog be at home with her?
That's a horrible.
Seriously, I know it's a horrible analogy, but
no, I'm not.
But I mean, most people wouldn't even put their dogs in danger like that. Is the point I'm trying to make. And here, Wendi has both of her kids with him on the night, and then the morning comes. And, she's not checking if they're in preschool because she knew what was fucking going on. But still, she didn't want to be a fucking mom. She wanted to be hoeing around and they interfered with her hoe life. And she wasn't even taking care of them anyway. Here they're at preschool all fucking day. She only has them half the time anyway, okay, because they have 50-50 split custody. So she has the kids for half of the time she would normally have them. They're in preschool all day long from 8 to 5, which is a 9-hour day. Then they come home. She's home by 5:30. By the time she gets them in the car, gets them home, and they go to sleep at 7 or 8. So she spends an hour and a half with them a day. And then every weekend, fucking Donna's there. So she's not even spending the weekends on them. And then the bitch even had the fucking audacity when she's... Okay, so they're at Jane is there, and they're at the police station. And Wendy's talking about, I'm scared. I'm scared. I want somebody to watch the house. And Jane is like, why don't you just stay at Alan and
Yeah.
Lynn's house. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I guess I could do that." It's like, so the kids were there at their house and she wasn't planning on going and staying there even, or like getting them back, because she says to the one lady, she's like, they can get overnight clothes for them because they have a key, which here she's giving everybody a fucking key to her house before then. So like, whoever's available, you have a key, so I don't have to be bothered when you go and get, shit for the kids, because I'm going to be in the police station potentially. But yeah, she wasn't even planning on fucking staying with them that night.
Damn.
Planning on going home.
She's oh man, I never even.
Terrible.
And she always brings up how she was so scared about like these people coming after her kids, but not her.
She says it. She says it 100 times, and she says, if they hated Danny, why wouldn't they hate his kids? It's like, who the fuck would have a grudge against preschoolers if they hated his fucking? Like, who would even say that? And she's mentioning it over and over and over again. Like, maybe something still might happen to the kids. Is almost like how she's fucking saying it. And then the bitch goes home and tells the kids that night that Dan is dead before he's even passed away. She tells them
said that
night. Sarah
Who
Youssef.
said that?
Sarah Youssef. Yeah. Wendy calls her the night that Dan died, or the night that he's shot, and she says Dan's in the hospital, but they don't think he's going to make it. And then she says, I just had the hardest thing. I had to tell my kids they don't have a father anymore, is what she fucking says to them.
That's right.
And
I wonder how bad she's poisoning those boys' minds.
Oh, terribly, terribly. She is. And she's literally, it's fucking 8:00 almost by the time they leave the police station. It's like, I think 10 or 13 minutes from the police station to her house, because they had to go there first to get her contact lens case, because fucking of course. And then she had to give her computer over. And then they had to go to Lynn and Alan's house, which she said was close, but still, like, it's 8:00 or after by the time she fucking gets to Lynn and Alan's house. So now it's after the kids' bedtime, or pretty close to it. And she says, "Hey guys, just so you know, you don't have a father anymore. So sorry, night night."
Damn. That girl is she's a reptile. She is cold-blooded.
She is a reptile. She's fucking diabolical. I can't even imagine. Like, why not wait? And I mean, she even has this whole conversation with fucking Sarah, the victim advocate. She's like, I don't know what to tell them, because I don't want to tell them their father's dead before he is. And she's like, well, do you think you could be around them and not disclose that until you know? And she's like, yeah, I could. False. The lie detector determined that was the lie.
Wow.
The worst type of person ever. And then at one point she says, she's like, oh, she's saying something about the kids getting picked up. And she says, I don't want them to be traumatized or something. She's like, because they're going to be traumatized enough already. And like says it, like doesn't, I couldn't even say those words without choking up. But she's like, she's like, they're going to be traumatized enough as it is. Like, happy about it almost.
She did sound happy about it in that, like, with the victim advocate, and she was playing the victim advocate so much. And then one thing, what was the thing she said? When they said he's like, oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah,
when he's still alive.
Yeah, if he's not dead yet. And then she says, if he's not dead yet, I have to make other choices. It's like, and how would that be a game changer? It's the same situation that you're in as him being alive. A game changer would, indicate that your plans are going to change because he's not dead, meaning that you have plans based on the fact that he is to be dead. And she says, too, when she's about to call her parents, she goes, I don't even know what to tell them because he's not dead.
When she called Donna, that was some bullshit. It's like, I'm gonna need you to come here and be with me.
Yeah. Get in the
Like,
car.
yeah.
And then
Just tell
afterwards, she's like,
Charlie.
yeah, tell Charlie. She calls her back to say that. And then she says afterwards to the victim advocate, she's like, well, they sounded surprised. She says, that's a relief, at least. She goes, I wouldn't be able to deal. I have a short on that. Let's watch that real quick. She's like, I wouldn't be able to deal with that, if I knew that she was murdered. Hold on. Or they murdered him. It's like, you would be able to deal with it because you love it. Like,
She's enjoying it. She's trying to act like she's not, but she's enjoying the
she
whole
loves
process.
it. Okay, I think it's this one.
She's a devil.
She's awful.
The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder.
I don't know why my computer does this half of any time I select a short. It's like, how about a different one?
Sarah did her best for the most part. I think she was brought in there mostly to keep Wendi talking and to keep up the ruse that she was a victim.
How long does it take for you to make
I
these
feel like
shorts?
she was definitely picking up of most of the off-putting comments Wendi was making.
Sometimes pretty long because a lot of the shorts have my narration over it, and I don't like to just have it on the screen. So like this one, for example, I had to make Sarah, the victim advocate, look more like Wendi with her. So I mean, sometimes it can take a couple hours just because I have to make all new, visuals for them.
And there were times that she was visibly uncomfortable due to those comments.
Took a long time. But look at how
my parents sounded really surprised, so it's at least a relief. I was trying to think of who would be angry enough to do something to him. My parents would be angry, but they're not capable of this. Thank God. I really couldn't handle that right now.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
What an absolute bonkers thing to say. Well, it sounds like my parents weren't the one who killed him. Probably, perhaps. They're definitely pissed enough, and I'm clearly telling you that they're most certainly capable of this. But it doesn't sound like they have blood on their hands right now. I couldn't handle knowing both my parents and my brother Charlie and me myself all conspired to kill Dan.
I can't hear you right now.
I mean, we did, but geez, I've got enough on my plate. I have to pack for my move to Miami. JK, I already did that all week, actually. I'm a planner. The way she looks to Sarah for some reassurance in response from that absolutely unhinged dumpster fire of a monologue is beyond insane. And poor Sarah, clearly dumbfounded, can only manage So Wendi, that's what we call an inside thought. Those ones stay in your brain. I know it's tough, but if you really feel like you just can't hold it in anymore, you can try to write it down in your journal or take a little walk into the woods and tell it to a kindly little frog. But when we're in a police station as a suspect for murder, it's maybe not the nicest time to say something like, my parents more than likely killed my ex.
All right, and I know our audio isn't working through the thing, but yeah, she's like, I'm just trying to think of who could have done this. My parents are angry enough, but they're not capable of this. And Sarah, the victim advocate, just goes, yeah, like the fuck.
I don't know what she was thinking. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah. I had to.
Okay.
I muted your side for a minute.
Okay. I don't know how that victim advocate can say that like she didn't think anything was problematic with what Wendi was saying and doing that whole time. Because
she didn't have the same eyes that we have, though, looking back at this.
But now she does.
She does now, but do you really think that she's sitting and watching this, back, knowing, what She knew she probably is keeping the same perspective that she had when it happened because, that would be the most logical thing.
I would probably watch it over and over again, especially
So
if,
would I.
yeah, like if I felt like Wendy was being genuine in 2014, and then all this stuff has happened over the past 11 years, I would watch. I would watch that footage repeatedly.
I mean, so would I, but, I don't feel like Sarah, the victim advocate, is the same person as we are also. And she was
Yeah,
also going in there for the defense, and I feel like the defense coached every single witness on
yeah,
what to say,
yeah. That's a good point.
and including her. They're like, "You're just here to advocate for Wendy." And I mean, she was only there to introduce the phone call that Wendy made to Donna, which if I had been Georgia, my fucking rebuttal to that would have been like, let's hear what she said before and after. Because before she said, I don't know what to tell them. Yeah, I can turn
Yeah,
up my volume. I don't know what to tell them because we don't even know if he's dead yet.
stuff like that. Mm,
We don't even
in
know
the
if he's
moment,
dead yet.
I might not. I mean,
I mean,
I
why
don't
not just
know.
say he got shot and he's probably not going to make it? Like, why? Do you know why why she said that? I don't know what to say because he's not dead yet? Because the plan was for him to fucking die. It never even occurred to her that he could have possibly survived this. This is why she's asking so many questions about the hospital and how he got there and how he is. Are we getting updates from the hospital? She asks the one
Right.
lady. She's like, no, I'm not. Is somebody gonna tell me when it's official? Is what she says. When it's official? If you are waiting for something to become official, it's because you are waiting for the outcome that you want. And
Right.
that's why. And she even says, so at one time she's like, I need to make different choices. And then I'm sure she sees Sarah, the victim advocate, looking at her like confused, like she's reading her at the moment. And she says, because if he's not gonna make it, I want the boys to go see him. And then she says a little bit later, they're talking about telling Ruth or Ruth and Phil. And she's like, because they're like, we're trying to get somebody to go to the house. And she's like, why? And Sarah's like, because you want somebody to tell them in person, like, we don't know if this person has a heart, problem. Like, if they're going to find out this news, she's like, well, do they need to tell them right now? Or are they why don't they just wait till it's definitive? Till what's definitive? Till they roll him into the fucking morgue? You want your kids to go visit him at the hospital, but you don't think his parents should? You want his
How
parents
did
to
his
be
parents
told
find
after
out?
they went to them. So what they did was they basically put in a call to the local police station where I think Phil was in Colorado and Ruth was in Canada. So the police station here gets in touch with the police station there and they have cops go to the house. So that's how they like
Damn.
to, drop news like this because obviously it's super jarring to hear something like this. So they want the cops to be there in person in a supportive way in case something happens. Yeah, she says,
So
don't they want to?
Ruth
Go
and
ahead.
Phil deserve justice in the realest way. Like,
Yes.
oh man, like their victim impact statements were so deep. Like,
So good. Yeah.
and it's like, and Donna was just sitting there, just having to absorb that, and Ruth is just giving her the business, and Donna's like,
Awful. Fucking the biggest brat. The biggest brat. And then Wendy at one point says, if she's talking to Jane, she says, well, if he's a little bit alive, but not going to be okay, but going to be okay. Like she says something like that, but she uses the phrase, if he's a little bit alive.
little bit alive.
talking
Yo, and
about
that's
Dan.
and she and you know what's crazy is that they waited till he was definitively dead to pay these niggas. Like,
Yes.
like
Yes.
they like it's done. They better have my money, and it's like you'll get it in the morning.
Yeah. As if they're what, gonna fucking not give him all the money because he didn't definitively die. And she's
Right.
asking too about like, because she's trying to fish for more information. She's like, I don't know what Dan's wishes would be. Like we always talked about it, and I said like I would want, like if I was in a situation like that, I'd want them to pull the plug on me. But Dan says he wants to be cryogenically frozen. Like she's fishing for information. She wants to know how he got to the hospital. She asked that. She's like, how did they know to take him? How did they know to take him to the hospital? Is the exact phrase she says. How did they know to take him to the hospital? She asked
Oh,
Sarah, she
wow.
asked the victim advocate this, and she's like, somebody heard the shot. And then she gets on Jane's phone because Jane's there, and she's like, how did you find out? She's asking like how she wants to know how all these people found out. She's like, how did you find out? Because Jane went there kind of knowing. She's like, well, it's in the news. She's like, well, what are they saying in the news? And so she hands her the phone, and
Wow.
Wendi says, she's reading it. She's like, a neighbor called, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, oh my God, you can see the car. And the picture she's talking about, it's a crime scene photo, and it's of the house. And in the blackened garage is his black car. Lights are off in the garage. You can barely see the car. Why the hell is she making mention? And she seems almost horrified by this because Jane's like, she goes, oh, they have a picture of the house. And Jane's like, yeah. And she said, Wendi says, you can't really tell that it's our house. And Jane goes, you can't tell that it's not your house. It definitely looks like a house, like your house. And then Wendi goes, oh my God, you can see the car. Well, why would the car be any significance to you if you didn't know that he was shot in the fucking car? Because not only does she say in the car with like gasping in her voice, but she also says out loud to Detective Isom hasn't told her fucking anything. And she said, he was shot in the head. He said that he had facial injuries, but I don't even think he said that before. And Isom doesn't even reply to that. Hold on, I've got this in a fucking video. Let me find the fucking clip. It's wild, dude.
Wow.
She knows all this
I know
shit.
that's a long. See, I watched the beginning of that interview, but once Jane and all that,
Yeah,
I
you
just
tune
couldn't
out.
watch it.
I was the exact same way. I think the thing that I titled this is he dead yet? Okay. I don't remember if I think it's in part 2 of my one day series. No, she says the most off the wall, wild bullshit. And it's like, these are the things that I had somebody comment, and they're like, I was an EMT for like 30 years and never ever did anybody ask how they got to the hospital, how they knew to call authorities. Here, I'll pull this
Hold
up.
on, you were EMT?
No, I wasn't. Somebody commented this on one of my videos.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. All right, let me go back to screen share. Where did you go? Why are you not? Okay, there you are. Yeah, if I'm gonna mute you so you can listen to this on the phone.
$11 a.m. this morning, TPD was called to the 2100 block of Trescott Street for a neighbor had heard that there was.
It's after he was murdered. And you yourself admit that it was weird that he didn't get back to you.
him. So I Googled Trescott shooting.
Thank you for being here. So you Googled Trescott shooting, and what do you see?
About 11 a.m. this morning, TPD was called to the 2100 block of Trescott Street for a neighbor had heard that there was a loud bang in the neighborhood. TPD officers got on scene and they did locate a person who was suffering from a gunshot wound. They were taken by EMS to a local hospital. At this time, TPD is investigating the case as an unattended incident, so we are working it from all different angles, trying to determine exactly what has occurred. If you have any information about this call, we are asking that you call us at 606-5800 with any information about this case.
This is Sean Rossman reporting for the Tallahassee Democrat in Tallahassee.
Just that, police investigate shooting on Trescott Drive.
And it's on the news.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the media here tends to get places, and they can't really stop them from being outside.
How often is there shooting in northeast Tallahassee, right?
On Trescott Drive?
Not so often. This is what I can't figure out. How did he get to the hospital? Did he call 911?
A neighbor, according to WCTV, here.
Original story. Police have roped off a small portion of Trescott Drive about a half mile north of Benton Road. Investigators have gathered in front of the house of the 2100 block.
And as soon as we get any more details, we'll pass them along to you.
And this should be said, the police department won't release his name until they notify
the family.
And them being in Canada puts a little bit more of a wrench into our notification because it's a little bit more difficult to do internationally. But we're in the process.
And there's really his injuries are really terrible.
The police got notified because a neighbor. Is it a picture of the house? Oh my God! You can see the car. Is it a picture of the house? Oh my God! You can see the car.
Oh my God. You can see the car. The car. Not his car. The car. Why would Wendi emphasize the car more than the house? Why does she sound almost horrified that there is a picture of the car?
Looks like it's freezing, but it's not even.
Almost like the car had some special significance to her. Tell her where Danny was shot. Never once says in the head or in the car. Yet somehow she seems to know both.
Or you can't tell it's our house.
Well, yeah, right.
You
can't tell it's not your house. It certainly appears to be a house like your house.
It's not playing for me.
Yeah, it paused there for a second. I had to turn down my video quality. My computer's getting mad at me.
Oh, okay.
Now. Yeah, insane. I mean, she just, and this is one thing that the cops look at when they're interviewing a suspect is, do you know things about the murder that you shouldn't know about? And she does, several things. Freaking wild.
She's a oh man, it's I've been following this case for a few years now. Before I was making videos about it, and it's she never ceases to amaze me how much of a stain she is.
No, she's terrible. She's a terrible person. Just when you feel like it can't get worse, you listen to a little more of her and you're like, oh, wow, it's gone worse.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Sorry about the buffering, guys. They were a little upset. And yeah, I'm not trying to be gray. I usually put purple conditioner. I mixed my own purple conditioner and I got it a little too purple. That's why you see purple. It'll fade out and I'll be blonde in a couple of days. All right, guys. Well, Grish and I are gonna go. It's almost it's 12:40 right now on our time. Grish's channel is in the description. You literally have to go watch his Wendy's TV series. I mean, if you thought what he was talking about tonight is like mind blowing, wait till you watch that because it's absolutely crazy. And he did like a 5-hour live the other day too.
I can't believe I was going out. I 5 hours, but yeah,
I know I fell asleep, but still had the headphone in, and I was like still hearing you intermittently. Like I was kind of waking up. I'm like, is this still going on? I'm like, and then I saw the next morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, so funny.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I fell asleep right after you're like, I've been on here for an hour and a half, guys, so I'm probably gonna go.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, I appreciate
thank you.
everybody being with us. I appreciate you guys putting up with all the sound issues. Hopefully I'll get this. I'm sure I'll figure it out, but I appreciate everybody. Yeah.
Having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll have to do another, we'll start a little bit earlier next time.
Yeah, with no audio and technical difficulties and stuff.
I know. I'm just a girl, guys, doing my best. I think my computer it told me that it needed to do an update today too, so maybe that's part of the issue. And I didn't know how long it was going to take, so I'm like, that'll just be my luck that I freaking, start this at 7, and then it's like, this is a 5-hour update, so enjoy not having your live tonight.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Jackie.